Thank you for the follow. All right, I'm live now. Yeah. All right. Please let me know how the sound sounds. Sound. Hi. Alright, so today I am once again, I'm working on the last thing I have to do for Patreon this month. Oh wait, I didn't do the coloring page yet either. Oops. Well, that's easy. But anyways. So the poll winner, well, for the theme was LGBTQ+, and the winner was Kurogane and Fi. Which I'm okay with. I ship it. From Tsubasa Reservoir Chronicles, by the way. I'm trying to make them not look like I sketched out with them looking like as super bony as Clamp does, but I don't really like that style. Like, I love Clamp, but you gotta feed those boys, Clamp. So lately I've been like packing up some stuff and going through it as I go through it. So I've been donating some stuff and just getting stuff together to sell. I even dropped some stuff off at the library earlier today. But I'm also trying to take photos and like actually inventory all of it. And my God, you do not realize how many books or whatever you have until you start doing stuff like that. I like books, by the way. Actually, we put away almost all our video games too, so I won't be streaming anything really crazy until sometime in October at the earliest. And I'll probably have like a week or so in there where I don't do any streaming at all, so just a heads up. Don't miss me too much. using some weird reference. Maybe I need a different picture of Kuro for this. Kuro, Kuro, Kuro! God, Clamp always gives him such, like, thin legs and stuff. Even though Kuragane is so muscular, he looks so thin. Well, I'm gonna try to do the belt right now anyways. I'm planning on doing 2 different variations of this, so this is gonna look strange as I like get it inked out, but yeah. I kind of feel bad because I really haven't been able to upload a lot of like new art to my Patreon right now. That I've mostly been like working on commissions, and generally like the work in progresses of those are either public or only sent directly to the commissioner, because I kind of feel it's weird to be like, hey, you're paying for, you know, somebody else's art, to see somebody else's art. It's just, yeah, no, it doesn't sit right with me. Ah yes, secret eggs. I actually have no idea what these are. They kind of look like eggs though to me. He's got a band on his thigh, of course. Hey, Drellable! Thank you! Eventually it will actually look like a not sketchy line art, but I'm still working. Alright, let's go ahead and switch over to Fi reference now. I know I have one of these is a good one of his jacket, and the other one is really fuzzy. Alright, that one's a pretty good one of his jacket, I think. Alright, did I save? I have like a whole random bunch of... Wow! Eh? Tried to open my image, thanks. Ah. Well, you're just getting your cloak. Anyways, I tried to open my image in a browser. I was like so confused. No problem. I like the idea of hiding parts of it too. So much of this detail is going to be lost in one of the two versions, but that's okay. After all that work on that knee, I'm like, nope, bye-bye knee. No more. Welcome back! Okay, I think... Go back to my main reference picture. Yeah, I can work with this. Okay. Obviously what I need is more line art layers. It is exactly what I'm gonna do though. Oh, it just goes all the way down, okay. should probably float more down like this. I can wrinkle it a bit more though. Okay. This is gonna be hard because I don't know why it was so hard to find like decent references of these particular outfits of them, but whatever. Whatever. Oh, it needs to be like way over more. Ah! I hit the wrong thing. Ah! Now I hit my glass of milk. You know how it is. It's just gonna be one of those days, I guess. Okay, that should be good. I was gonna have to erase that part anyway, so it's fine that it got taken out. Just trying to set some stuff up for this. Right here. I think that's a good placement for it. There you go. Oh man, floating bodies. Alright, his is gonna be a little harder, I think. I need to check all my references of him. I definitely don't want to draw him with his cloak on. He always wears it, doesn't he? Ooh, Kuro got it. Okay. Oh, it's been so long since I've seen or done anything with this series. I know he can take that cloak off. What is under there? It's like armor, I know that. I didn't want to like draw him with like full armor on. I guess maybe I just will. It's the easiest way, because I can't tell. Okay, we're just gonna go with that. Sorry, I know, I go all over the place. I would like to say this is exactly how I always am. This reference better? Okay. Anyways, back to, I didn't want to draw his head thing. That's like the only thing I decided I didn't want to draw. Armor is sexy. But if I don't have a good reference of it, it's hard to draw. I just wanted to draw his armor without the cloak, but I don't remember what it looks like. I'm sorry guys, it's been so long since I've read or seen this series. It's just gonna be a mess right now. And I think, let's see, there's like two like squares of fabric right here. And then, yeah, there you go. It's like that. Hey, RTD! Oh, he still doesn't wear his sleeves. I guess that part didn't change. I think that's about high enough. His arm was something. Yeah, his arm was right there. I was like, something was in that way there. And I know he has some shoulder armor. Let me see. Oh, this one's actually a pretty good reference of it. I don't think those are far enough apart. Maybe that one's too big. I'll shrink it. Shrink it! That's almost too small now. Ooh. Hide this for a second. So it's got, these are also kept together with these things, these ties. It's a very traditional, like, samurai looking armor, and that's what it's supposed to be. But with like that fantasy twist to it. I mean, I think the designs are super cool, so. Oh, yeah, it would overlap it. Okay, cool. I did that fine. Okay, I think it looks like a mess, but I think that is good for the base. Let's go ahead and get started on the line art. The actual line art, not these sketchy things I just did. I mean, it's supposed to be me drawing, so it's good. I mean, I don't know if my intention was to make you smirk with it, but it's working with me. It's my hand. It is literally tracking my steps, so. Oh, that's too big. Alright, so for now we're gonna hide the green. And you're gonna be like, what the heck are you doing again? Yeah. Oops. Okay, forgetting that. I can't do that. I thought it was a cool addition, and it's nice that it was free and really easy to edit, so it looked like my hand. Because all I did with it is I added some coloring and shading to the tablet, and then I made the hand have like the glove and added some more shading and stuff to reflect more my style. But yeah, otherwise it was all just already done, like all the coding and the hard stuff. Well, I mean, nobody should ever question me. There is no logical answer. It's a truth. He's got like Vegeta's Widow Peak too. Ah, wrong layer. Okay, cool. This hair man. You can question me. You just might not get the answers you're hoping for. Speaking of weird hair, I started watching Jujutsu Kaisen. So is that the title? Probably. Anyways, my initial thought on it is it's just finger food. Teehee. But I'm not super far in it yet. I don't know. It's okay. It's kind of generic, but we'll see. Maybe it'll get better. I had a lot of hopes for the storyline we were on, but it kind of like quelled out at the end. I don't know how to say it. It burnt out maybe. It just wasn't as exciting at the end. I do like the guy who only talks in ingredients for onigiri though. Not because of any good reason, just because I think it's so beautifully dumb. We finally finished Gundam, so we're like, what do we watch now? We watched Kimono Jihen in like 2 days, so that one was, but I knew I would like that one. RTD already knows. I've already broke him. He's not sane anymore. I mean, anybody who joins in on our like antics, like asshole and stuff. I'm sorry, RTD, you have no sanity. It's okay. It's better that way. You won't regret it. But yeah, what I was gonna comment on is I honestly hate Megumi's hair. Like, I actually like Megumi as a character, but his freaking hair. I don't like that it's all like super spiky but curly at the same time. I want to tear it off. I don't have problems. I never had any, to be fair, so... No, RTD had the misfortune to meet me and then get dragged into gaming with us, so. I'm gonna keep clicking that layer. Maybe I should like label these. Nah. I don't usually label my sketch layers. I usually only start labeling the non-sketch layers. Okay, so we're going into fives here at this point. Hide that big forehead. See, I think RTD dies at least once every time we play Phasmophobia together. At least. Oh, you should go lie down then. Wong went to go lie down too. He wasn't feeling good either. Fortunately for me, it's only Pain today. Yes, you can name layers. I have this layer named, it's Line, but I don't usually name my sketch layers because I just jump them into a folder later and ignore them. Layers are your friends. So one of my friends, Telesax, which you guys, if you're in the Discord, you may have seen her pop up every now and then. She's in there too. We did some projects together, and there's one thing where there was a drawing of a Jeep on a page, but it got like half pulled out or whatever. So she was like, "Oh, recreate the Jeep," and I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." And she literally drew it all on one layer, and I wanted to cry. I always name mine, except for sketch layers. I take that back. If I group them, it depends on what it is. I think the picture I've ever had that has the most layers is the cover art for Archive of Sinner's Lust. And that's Pretty on there, again, because she's always the one I do for realism for some reason. But anyways, that one ended up with a couple thousand layers, so I stopped naming them after a while. But a lot of it too is I was going back and like I gave her a nose job and a mouth job. Like I redid her teeth after a while too, so like there was new layers on there that didn't fit in, so they have their own folders. Oh yeah, like I do all the line art on the same layer except for like the background is usually on a different layer. But every bit of color, sometimes I'll actually do the shading on a different layer, but I tend to be lazy and just do the shading on the same layer as the color. Yeah, a couple thousand. That file is huge. It was one of my better attempts at realism early on. It's been a while since I've done it. I just had a more recent attempt that was, you know, less layers and just as good, probably better. Yeah, but when you're doing realism, it involves a lot of, it's hard to just go back and erase stuff. It's actually easier most often to just paint over it. So, at least that's what I've found, but I am no expert. Realism is something I'm still working with, just for purposes of understanding anatomy and shading and stuff. So every now and then I like to revisit it. I used to say once a year, but that's not true anymore. Sometimes it's more than once a year, sometimes it's not even. Now, obviously, the version that I used to format the cover was a flattened version of it, but yeah. I feel like typically any piece of art I've done has at least 25 layers, but some of them, not including the layers I hide, because sometimes the sketch and the pre-layers, even for the background, if you combine the two, I'll have like 10 layers just for those two. That one has tons of folders in it, though. For those of you guys who don't know or aren't familiar with it, I don't know if all our programs do this, but a lot do. There's something called, like, it's either called like groups or folders. It's actually called groups in Photoshop, but it looks like a folder, so that's what I call it. So you can actually put layers in there and then like hide them when you don't need them, and expand the folder, you know, pretty much how you would on a desktop, like with a folder. I like it a lot because sometimes some of my stuff has a lot of layers or levels in it. Even on my like I don't know what I was gonna say there. Oh, I generally have at least 3 to 4 levels of shading, and then 2 to 3 levels of highlighting. Yeah, it's good. It helps a lot. So definitely use it. It helps organize stuff. It takes a while to get in the habit of like doing layers and stuff, but they are such a godsend. And the reason I recommend labeling them, of course, is if you're looking for something, it can be hard to find. So being able to be like, oh, it's on this layer or whatever is good. Now, certain things will create layers automatically, like text generally creates its own vector layer, but it's still a layer. I won't get into the whole craziness of like vector and raster, but that is something that's good to know. I was a design major, so. And I actually teach Photoshop for the art gallery that I work for. Kind of. It's contract position. I don't teach a lot of classes for them, but currently I'm only teaching children how to draw comics. But they're trying to get me to do some other classes, but they wanted it to be like classical art, and I'm like, my knowledge of classical art is so low. I know, like, I like Monet and stuff. It's not like I don't like classical art, but I don't know a lot about it. Actually, most of my knowledge from like quote-unquote classical style would be like Asian classical style, which is not exactly what they're looking for. Well, it's for children, but I think they want to get them, you know, enriched in different like styles of painting and stuff, but I just don't feel like I'm qualified to do that. I mean, I guess if they don't find anyone else, I'll take it for them, because apparently all the kids like me, which is why I get so many repeat students. I'm like, guys, it's the same class. What are you doing here? Go away. Actually, because most of my classes also have an online availability, even if you guys aren't from the Indiana area, you can actually take them too. Oh, starry fries, I like it. This is my masterpiece. French fries. I don't know if I've told this story before, but it makes me think, I had a student in one of my classes. So, like, my classes aren't graded because it's an art gallery. We don't really do that like that there. But I made several jokes before, like with kids, like if they didn't do their homework and stuff, I'd be like, you're failing this class, like really silly. And so one time I had a student ask me, like, or I don't remember how it came up, but I told my students that if they bribe me with food, they'll get an easy A in a class that isn't graded. So one of my students decided to actually start bringing me food. Her mom would always want to like stop her at Taco Bell. I guess she came from like practice or something and then went straight to there. So it was always Taco Bell. Not that I care, I like Taco Bell. But yeah, so she would bring like Taco Bell. And initially she was just like, oh, I'll get you a cinnamon twist. So every time I was getting a cinnamon twist, but it's food. So I was like, yeah, food. Then suddenly it became she actually got me a taco. I was like, what? She got me nachos once too. I always told her she was my favorite student. Right in front of the other kids. She actually was a good student too, but she didn't need, I don't know, I think she was just because it was around dinner time and I think we were all like antsy, and that was back when I still worked at the print shop, so I'd be like all day at the print shop and then go straight to teach 2 classes in a row, so I was really hungry by that. Yeah, exactly, it's like, kids, this one's winning because she brought me food. I'm not kidding when I say that the way to my heart is through my stomach. I ate my heart. I got hungry. Now, if I was a teacher in a graded class, I wouldn't do it like that. But my classes get pretty crazy. I mean, I'm teaching a bunch of weebs. What do you expect? They get to nerd out and learn how to draw manga. Although I do always enjoy the look of abject horror on the first day of class when I tell them there will be no art today. I'm like, what are we doing? Because, you know, they can't draw a manga without a story. The first day is story writing. But he's like, they always freak out. Yeah, it's actually, so it's through South Shore Arts, which is a local art gallery here. But during the pandemic, they started offering online versions of it as well. And honestly, it worked out pretty well. So Photoshop is only online at this point because we don't have a computer lab at the place anymore. And it's just easier than having everyone lug stuff, which I appreciate because I had to lug a projector, my laptop, a power outlet, like a power extender, whatever they're called. It was just a pain in the ass. Plus finding a room in there that had like a place to actually teach well was always really hard. We were usually teaching in the preschool room. Did you eat the food or did you bribe the other wrestlers? Yeah, I mean, it is technically a Zoom call, that's all it is. But it's like, yeah, I have like I have a presentation written, done up on slideshows, and we go through it and we talk about it. The biggest hassle tends to be able to see work through that route. Although most of my kids are pretty good. I mean, I'm always like, yeah, you guys can like, you know, just like email them to me or whatever. And then I always have kids be like, well, can I like Google Drive them to you? Or I had one kid who's like, can I Instagram them to you? And I was like, oh, I guess I'll give you my Instagram then. I don't usually give my students stuff like that, but yeah, so like they actually got pretty good. And then the final day is always weird for the presentations, but we make it work. I don't like any of those. It actually has a share screen option, so it's very useful. I was surprised. I didn't. Well, maybe it's because like I'm using the school, like the art gallery Zoom, so I assume they have like a paid educational version of it or whatever. And I can actually let them share the screen too, which I only do on the final day of class. But we'll sometimes have kids who have an issue with even doing that, where like it doesn't want to share for them. So I had one student who always like I don't know, I like to call her a repeat offender. I've had her in the class like 5 times. I don't know why she keeps coming back, but she does. So she's taken it both in person a few times and online a couple times. So she usually just sends it to me on Google Drive, and then I share screen it for her, and she just has to tell me when to go to the next. So I'm always willing to like work around it too. And I had an incident where like a kid could only get it on her phone, so I had her walk her through how to email it to me through a text messaging, or send a text message to my email or whatever, and then I shared it for her. So. And for those who aren't as good with, I usually try to encourage them to scan it in, but some don't have the option. So when they don't, I'll also get like, just like photos and stuff taken of their art, and then that's what we use. Or some people will actually just turn on their webcam and hold stuff up if it's dark enough. The presentation part is definitely easier in person, but it's not bad. And then when they all finish their presentations, we play Pictionary. Or Scribble.io or whatever. It's basically Pictionary. And I think they like getting through their presentations really fast because they all just want to play games. The most unnerving thing to me about it is the fact that like I have to have my webcam on so they can see my face, but I don't see all their faces. It depends on who it is, which student. My repeat student always had it on. And she liked to play with random stuff and show it to us, like metallic pigs and stuff. I've had very interesting classes. I like it though, it's fun. And as somebody who does all her screen toning and stuff digitally, I was just screen toning a bunch of stuff for a project earlier today. The online version is easier for me to show that better. Yeah, I've been working on a bunch of commissions lately, because that's basically been my thing, which is why, unfortunately, those kiosks and all this stuff has been going slower. I'm sorry, guys. Plus, starting to catalog stuff in my house for the move. It's just been really crazy. But forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, another author friend of mine who works with generally she's part of a group and works with an illustrator. I don't want to say too much until we actually get it out. But so they always work, one writes, one does the illustrations. Well, they're doing a set of books like that are like side books or spin-offs, so they're not directly the main story, but they're like the one I got explains how the main character got a like magic arrow. So that's the story that I did the art for. And yeah, they basically were going around and finding like other artists they knew, and they like, hey, it's paid. Will you do you want to do this for us? I was super happy they asked me. I don't think I'm as talented as some of the other people that they've had in there, but I really appreciate that. But they asked me to do it in screen tone because they were like, well, it's going to be printed in black and white. So I was like, do you want me to like grayscale art or line art or sketch or whatever? And they said they didn't really particularly matter, but they would like to see it in screen tone if I could. So that's what I finished today, was the last piece of art for that. I do still need to also do the cover art, which will be in color, but I haven't decided 100% on what I want to do with the cover. I've got some ideas, but there's no deadline on this particular project, so I was like, I'm taking it easy. Not too easy though, because I do want to get it done. I've also been working on a translation project for an indie game too, so that's taken some time, but that one also doesn't have a deadline. Which is weird when I have projects that don't have deadlines. And that one paid me 50% down, so I was like, huh. I'm gonna be excited when it comes out though, so it'll be cool. I feel like a real freelancer. And then I have one general art commission to finish, but he okayed the sketch and paid for it, so that will be probably my project for the rest of the night. Yeah, I don't think I'll finish this tonight, so sorry. I feel bad though, because I know a lot of you guys who follow me on Patreon, I feel like I haven't given you guys enough this month. Although I'm not getting any complaints. Some people still need to tell me what bookmark they want for this month so I can get it sent out. Stares at the person. You know who you are. What the hell? I just got a Michael's from like the app, Michael's app, push notification. And it was just like somebody slammed the keyboard. It was just a bunch of letters. Drat, I did not get picked in the new egg shuffle again. I just want a graphics card, but I want a good one. I don't want an AMD. I want a NVIDIA. Yeah, it's okay, RTD. I probably would have bugged you later anyways. Yeah, you can always just, you don't even have to respond on Patreon. You can always just tell me directly. Especially because we game so much together and are on Discord and stuff together. Actually, one of my other Patreons will sometimes just text me what he wants because I've known him forever, so we talk on phone. Well, texting. I don't like talking on the phone. It hurts because my hearing's weird. I mean, technically, I don't have to send them off together. I just like to. I was thinking about that today when I sent off some Etsy orders. Okay, I'm gonna go back here now. It was strange. I had one Etsy order come in. No, that's not strange. But I was like, okay, cool. It's from, like, you know, Washington. I was like, that's fine. And then a couple days later, I had another Etsy order come in. It's for a different person, but it's the same city in Washington. It's like, what are the chances? I thought that was kind of fun though, but I sent those off today. And I finished that Jeep and sent it off. I believe it already arrived at its place because it wasn't going very far. Ah! Thank you for the raid! Resubscribe, whatever. Why do I keep catching my hand on? My blanket. Okay, that's what it is. I don't have a cloth chair, so I was confused. That's sexy shoulder. I'm gonna put clothes on them, I swear. But I'm doing 2 different variations, one which may not have clothes. Hi, Cartoon King. Every time you say that, I just want to, like, take raid. The bug killer. I wouldn't do that to Ranafe, though. Not saying I wouldn't do it to someone, but... What is that noise upstairs? Oh, it's a tape gun. I know what it is. Alright. Weird noises it is. Wong is making some weird noises upstairs too. Oh my gosh, what is in that box? Art books? How many did you put in there? I told you they're heavy. Yeah, you shouldn't have done that many. Suffering from what? I'm constantly suffering. It's what I do. You're right. Wong is always making weird noises. You're not wrong. Oh, heat. Yeah, the heat is. Ugh. Actually, though, I guess the pain has helped overwrite my usual suffering from the heat. We have air, though, if that's what you mean. Our air is still running. It's struggling, but it's working. Nothing's on fire yet. But because we've been packing stuff and from the bedroom. Oh, okay. I was like, I don't know. Did you guys lose? Well, you obviously didn't lose power. I see you right here. And you rated. I mean, you could technically be on here without having power. But because phones. But yeah, no, the humidity has been horrible. It's not helping with my asthma or anything. But so I don't know what I did, but I somehow managed to really badly hurt. I'm not 100% sure what muscle it is. I'm somewhere between the pectoralis minor and the teres muscle, I think, are the two I figured it might be. But it's like the side of my body, like from like along the pec up to like where my shoulder is in really agony, and it's swollen and inflamed, and I don't know why. I don't know what I did. It started yesterday. Or I guess I should say the night before. I'm like, what did I even do? And it hurts worse than my knee, so that says something. Because my knee is still bothering me, and they still have not called me for physical therapy, and it's driving me crazy. But I know the insurance can take a while to okay it and all that stuff. I'm just like, please, I want a knee back. But yeah, so it's been weird. It's kind of overriding some of my normal stuff. I'm not used to this kind of pain is why. It's a burning sensation too. So I'm like, I hope I didn't tear anything, but what could I have done? Like, lately, like, Wong doesn't even let me, lift stuff anymore. So I'm not, like, doing stuff like that. And even, that was the day before, it was the day that we were, like, packing some of my plushes. And I keep them on top of, our, what are they called? Shelves? Like my Build-A-Bear Eevees and stuff, which I still need that Espeon one. But yeah, like he wasn't even letting me get those off, so I haven't been like reaching over my head or anything. And my costochondritis still acts up too. I'm like, please, body, just behave. But at least I've got yeah, and like painkillers aren't working, so I'm like, this is great. Icy Hot wasn't working on the shoulder area either because I think it's too deep. Which is why I thought it might be the two muscles I thought it was. Ah! Yeah, pain's no fun. But I have chronic pain, it's a thing I get. These are some new ones, so. I'm having to wear a brace on my knee every day. I feel like a cripple. You know what? I had a massage, and it did nothing. It made me feel worse the next day. That was actually, I got a massage when I first got diagnosed with costochondritis because none of the what do you call them? The medications were working again because I metabolize meds really fast, so I've been on some kind of painkiller since like middle school. Yeah, I mean, I think apparently, I was reading online about I guess what I have is technically a sport injury. I was like, I don't even sport. I barely move. But yeah, deep tissue massages are supposedly good for it, but I'm like, I don't have the money for one right now anyways, but I'm like, I really do not. It hurts to touch it. It doesn't stop me from touching it, but I don't know if cupping would do anything. I don't really know too much about that kind of stuff. I'm actually thinking I might try my back pod on this, which sounds weird. So there's this thing called back pod. I don't know how to explain it. It's like half a football shape, like if you took a football and cut it in half, but it's got like plastic with like a rubber foam covering thing on it. Anyways, it was weird, but one of my friends, she had another back issue, and when she was, they were talking to her about it, she ended up getting the back pod. And I don't really talk to this girl that much, but we're friends on Facebook, and she's nice. So she randomly messaged me though, and she's like, hey, I got this thing for my back pain, and I realized when I was looking through the book, it specifically mentions costochondritis. So I ended up getting it. And honestly, it helps. The costochondritis probably will never go away. Not because it shouldn't, but because my body still thinks I have a shin splint from 3 years ago. So my body doesn't know how to deal with like injuries, I guess. But yeah, so it helps, and it might help with the shoulder thing too, depending on where it is. Yeah, I have autoimmune, so my body's pretty bad. But I'm trying to get it better. That's been my goal. As long as money allows and I have some form of insurance, I have been going to see doctors, new specialists, getting new testing and stuff done, trying new meds and stuff as they require. My goal this whole year, since I've been unemployed, and even last year after I got off, is I was like, you know what? Let me take care of me for a while instead of forcing myself and doing things and always being in pain, and like, it's not always helping, but I've been trying to take better care of myself. It's been a big thing. I am fortunate enough too that I have doctors that, like, so many people, like when you have chronic pain, there's so many doctors that are like, oh, you're just making it up, or fibromyalgia doesn't exist. My doctors, no, they do a very good job with that. So they've been really good with that, and I appreciate it, because I like not feeling like I'm crazy and it's all in my head. And I've also been very fortunate that I have, like, my mother has, like, back when I first started getting some of these diagnoses in middle school and stuff, she'd always go to the appointments with me, and she still continued to do so even as I got older. She doesn't right now because of the pandemic, but she'll still want to drive me to some of them. Like, she's like, I don't want you driving to this. I'm like, it's just like a test, like blood work. I'm like, nope. I felt bad for one of my doctor's appointments. I thought it would be fast, and then they ended up giving me a tetanus shot and stuff. So she was out in the car for like an hour. She just played Pokemon Go at least. So I was like, I'm so sorry. I didn't know it was going to be that long. But yeah, so she's been really supportive and understands it because she's been there while I was getting diagnosed. There were some members in my family who didn't really understand it at first, but they're starting to. And I also have amazing friends who have always been on my side and like have done so much for me. And it's like, even as early, like when I got my pernio diagnosis, which if you guys aren't familiar with pernio, which you probably aren't, basically when I am exposed to extreme temperatures, generally cold, but it does also hot affects it as well, my toes and fingers swell up. And it can also take my whole hand and foot if I'm not careful. So I have to be careful about like what I wear and how I handle going out and stuff during extreme weather days. I definitely have more issues with the cold. I can't even get stuff out of my own freezer sometimes. It hurts so bad because it will just start swelling. But yeah, when I first got that diagnosis, I had casually mentioned it to a friend down in Indy, but I never told them what it was. I just like, oh yeah, I got pernio, because I was really excited it wasn't Raynaud's, because Raynaud's means my fingers could fall off. So I'm glad, like, pernio, I'll take it any day. But yeah, so like we were down there and we were talking after we had gone to eat, and this is way pre-pandemic. But yeah, like he randomly suddenly like turns on the car and I was like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Oh, the temperature's dropping and I'm worried that you might be cold and I don't want your pernio acting up. So go sit in the car. We can still talk." It was like so freaking nice of him. So yeah, I've always had friends like that. An acupuncture blanket. Yeah, I'm a medical mess. Honestly, some days I wonder how I'm still here. Although nothing's gonna kill me of all the stuff I have. They have tested me for lupus several times, and it is always a no, thank God. Because I have lupus in my family history. Also, skin cancer. I also have prostate cancer, but I think I'm okay not worrying about that one. Yeah, I got really lucky. I have good doctors. And so like, yeah, whenever I have friends who have some of the same issues now. Like, I don't know, like what is it with our generation? We're all so messed up. So it's good that I have people to talk to. And I actually met somebody online who has a autoimmune condition way worse than mine. She is such a sweetheart. We connected over giant robots. But we started talking, and I had mentioned it was cold, and I complained about my pernio, and she was like the first person I knew knew what that was without me just explaining. So yeah, she has EDS, which is not fun. Not EDS. It's way worse. She's actually, when I mentioned I have a friend who can't get vaccinated because it would kill her, that would be her. She's so sweet, and I feel so bad, but it's nice having somebody to talk about stuff like that. She even, one of the times when I got some blood work back and I didn't understand the readings and I was waiting to talk to the doctor, she's like, "Let me look it over for you." Yeah, some doctors really are garbage, and I hate it. Everyone deserves to feel good and to do it, and I really hate like things like that. Things like mental health and stuff are often overlooked, and even like dental health. I was talking to somebody today about dentist work, and they need some major dentist work and they can't get it because they don't have insurance, or their insurance doesn't cover it, and like stuff like that. And it's like, dude, what? It's horrible. I actually saw something funny with mental health is definitely very poor, and it's treated really badly too. And I was like, I don't know why mental health is so important. If you don't feel like yourself mentally, you're not going to be able to like do stuff. It's a big drain. And I think a big part of it is our generation, I guess to say mine, which I know some of you guys in my chat are in the same generation as me, we're more willing to talk about it, but it was still something that, like, I remember growing up and thinking, if I felt bad, I couldn't tell anybody about it. Like, if I just had a rough day, I couldn't tell anybody about it. And that's not true, and it shouldn't be. But it was really hard to break that. Yeah, mental health can affect physical health. Like, actually, so one of my big things I had during middle school, I was having a lot of nervous breakdowns and muscle spasms because I didn't have the best relationship with my father, and I still don't. But I also was overworking myself, and you know, the fun things that happens from a merit kid. But yeah, a lot of the really bad muscle spasms and the whole concept of it coming on, it was all triggered by stress. But it was like, that's not something you could just turn off. I don't handle stress better, I would say, but I don't get the muscle spasms as much anymore. I get other things instead. I also am better about talking about things, even if it's just like a rant. Honestly, I love the Discord that Kitten set up because we have like a whole off the chest channel, and like sometimes you just need to type something there. You don't need to do specific. Sometimes you just need to get it off your chest, and it's like a world of wonder. I've also just gotten better in general of like talking to people at all. If I don't feel something and I don't feel right, I'm still trying to do that with my physical health because I feel bad that my physical health affects people's. Like, I can't do stuff. But I have been getting lectured by Wong and my mother saying, no, if you can't do something, you tell us. If you feel like you hurt or you're too hurt, tell us. Like, don't keeping it inside. You're just going to hurt it worse. So I've been trying to get better. Oh. Careful, don't hurt yourself. It was deleted. Yeah, obviously ours doesn't delete it, but I don't think that's a bad thing either. Because sometimes it actually becomes kind of an open discussion channel, which is cool too, because a lot of people are feeling some of the same things. And I mean, like Brimstar mentioned earlier, the mental health right now in this country is just really BS, and like everyone's really stressed. And just so a lot of the stuff, like people can relate, like even if they don't realize it, like somebody will say something, they're like, you know what, yeah, I get that, because I felt like that too, or I've had that happen and I just didn't have the right way to word it. And now people are able to talk it through and like find advice and answers and stuff. So I'm definitely one who's like pro mental health. I work with well, as I say, I actually have worked with a bunch of children that have like learning disabilities or some kind of mental disability, and they are super smart and super bright, but they get, you know, shat on because they have autism or ADHD or whatever, and like told that they can't do stuff because of that. And obviously it's not true, but it's hard to break that. Because I remember I was before the pandemic, I was tutoring this one girl who actually initially was from my manga class, but when she found out I tutored Japanese, she wanted to take Japanese, and so her grandmother was like, well, I guess we can do a little bit until the school year. And then they're like, you know what, she likes you as a tutor and she could use help on her homework, like would you be willing to? So I started tutoring her in like normal things. Thank you. I worked hard on this hand. I appreciate it. But yeah, like, so she was getting like a C or barely even passing grade in like math and stuff. And she was so freaking smart, but her teacher just always made her feel like she wasn't doing it well enough or doing good enough. Cause yeah, I actually, within about, Kojika's a helping hand. But yeah, within like 3 months of tutoring, her mom actually came, because it was usually her grandmother I dealt with, but her mom actually came to one of the tutoring sessions. And she wanted to talk to me, and she just wanted to show me the improvement on her report, on her interim and stuff. And even the teacher brought up the fact that she was doing so much better. Like, she's smart, but I do understand that classrooms are overcrowded and it's hard to give everyone one-on-one attention. But yeah, I definitely think like it's hard, but there needs to be like a positive learning force for everyone. It's really funny too, because I don't consider myself to like kids. It's okay, I was making bad jokes earlier, so I can't see too much. Kitten was telling me about a poop logo she was vectoring, and I told her it was a very shitty job. Ah! Yeah, well, everyone learns differently. That's a big thing. That will actually say I was in a merit program, and my 5th grade teacher was always quick to bring that up, is that we all learn, like, we always thought she was going to be such a bitch because she came across kind of overbearing. But no, she was the first one to be like, everyone has their different specialties, their different types of intelligence. Just because you can't do math doesn't mean you're dumb, just not your specialty. And everyone learns differently, which it's weird because I didn't study to become a teacher. I just accidentally stumbled into it. Yeah, but you're not wrong. But that's just it. Like, I'm a very visual learner, so I like seeing things. But my pace of learning is weird. So like, I don't like watching videos to learn how to do something. I'd rather see the pictures and be able to slowly go through it myself. Oh my god, you never call somebody retarded. That's a horrible thing to say. Do it! Dude, fight them, Ranafe! I'm with you, I'll fight them too. I won't be much help, but I can hold your jacket or something. Ignore the fact that it's the middle of summer and you won't be wearing a jacket. No, I'm always very proud of my students. Yeah, well, when a teacher a teacher is supposed to be somebody you can look up to, and like, they're not just supposed to be like, you know, they're supposed to teach you not just necessarily the subject, but you know, how to even just live. Yeah, we're fighting, RTD. Glad you brought the weapons. I hope you have a katana in there. You do have knives. I still need to decide what I want to do for my emotes, but I'm really bad at that. I actually probably won't get to them until October. Sorry, guys. Just got so much going on. Oh yeah, the katana. My favorite weapon in video games has become the katana. RTD knows. And he unfortunately feeds my katana addiction. Maybe that's not unfortunate, but... Alright, so you get to be... What kind of gun? Are you a range gun or a close range? I'm actually not too bad with a sniper rifle either in games. In real life, I can barely lift my arms over my head right now. Oh, yeah, I don't blame them. I'm glad that, I was gonna say, I'm glad that it sounds like your family is full of good teachers. The weirdest way I've ever met a friend who I found out was a teacher was actually at Gen Con, where we had shots together, vodka shots, which was basically me and Kitten try to sip, and we're like, this is disgusting, we're not gonna drink this, and then we just kept putting them in front of him, and he didn't realize he was like, huh, did I drink this? And then so he drank like 3 extra shots. I learned he was a teacher from this area, so I was like, oh wow, you live up by us too, so. But he is also a good teacher. I'm like, that's good. Treat your students like people, because they are people. I will probably be that kind of parent who fights the teacher if they do anything dumb like that too. I'm not gonna fight them for a failing grade if my kid deserves it, but I will fight them if they, do something like that. I'm learning from my mom. She can get all Karen-y in people's face. It's really funny. The only time I've seen her do that recently has been when there's been assholes at the UPS store wearing or not wearing masks and being really negative to all of those who wear masks. She will march right up to them and be like, my daughter has autoimmune, fuck you, I'm gonna fight you, and it's really funny watching her. Yeah, oh dude, if the child themselves is the one who is at fault, it's their fault, not the teacher's fault. For sure. I'm definitely in agreement with if your kid gets a bad grade, okay, look it over. Is your kid studying? Is your kid trying? It's not necessarily the teacher's fault. I'm not saying it might not be, it might be, but more often than not, it's because your kid's not doing the work or putting the effort in. I ain't gonna take shit from anyone, whether they're related to me or not. I don't even take shit from my cat. Okay, I take some shit from my cat. He's probably the only one who can get away with it. Oh! Oh, that's so dumb. Yeah, I know I've had people, before Delta was getting big, I know I had people asking me like, oh, you're vaccinated, why are you wearing a mask? And it's like, because I don't trust you guys. There's no way I can tell who's vaccinated or not. Like, now, when my friends tell me they're vaccinated, I definitely believe them, because if they're close enough to me, like, be like that, yeah. I trust KuroFai. I trust Wong. I trust Kitten. I mean, I know what kind of people they are because I've known them well enough. Okay, I trust them for some things, but not for everything. If I were to jump and ask one of them to catch me, I would not trust them to catch me because we would fall down in a heap. It's okay, I couldn't catch them either. KuroFai, you can try to catch me. I was talking about I trust you in general. Talthar told me to trust no one. Meow. You don't say it, Rada. But yeah, it's like, yeah, I know what the limitations are too. I definitely believe though, like that whole thing when you were young, you wanted more friends. When you get older, you just want better friends. So the people I keep close are the people that are good. They have passed the Kojika checklist. Also, they might have spare parts I need. I don't know what these are, so I'm just gonna keep calling them secret eggs. I think they're just some kind of adornment on it and they don't have any functional use. Just aesthetics. But to me, they look like eggs. Egg pouches. Secret egg pouches. Would also like to say I would also try to catch many of people that are friends with, but I would definitely not be able to do it. I trust myself to know my body. It is not that. I want to work out again, but my knee is so bad. It's no fair. I actually have some exercises from my leg, the part of my leg that I damaged. It's a shin split, but like I don't want to try them in case they're not good for my knee. So I want to wait and see what they say. I was kind of doing that last week, but now I have my shoulder issue or it's my whole abdomen. It's weird. Like I said, I don't know exactly which muscle it is. It's part of the pectoral or the part of the rotator cuff. Or a bit of both, but it really hurts, so I can't do much with that. But yeah, I was doing like just ab workouts because I could do that. There is some ab workouts even in Ring Fit I could do. I was just mimicking them though. I wasn't actually turning on Ring Fit. Actually, Ring Fit is packed away right now, so I won't be able to use it again for a while, anyways. The only games I kept out are Monster Hunter Rise and my Phoenix Wright Chronicles. Swimming would help, but I don't have access to a pool. I've been told many times by all of my doctors that swimming would be great. Because it's low impact, and that's what I really need is low impact exercising. But yeah, I don't have a pool, and I can't afford the gym near that has a pool. like $60 a month. Even when I had a job, I couldn't afford that. I'm not saying it's not worth it. I'm just saying I can't afford it. Hey, welcome back, Drawable. You feeling better? Aw, that sucks. What kind of chair are you on? I'm on a really comfy chair. Oh, it's always like that. You know, there's some great stretches you can do for your back. Ring Fit has taught me them. Plus, I've had physical therapy for my shoulder and neck and back. What haven't I had physical therapy for is the real question. My face. Technically, I've never had it for my hips either. Although sometimes my left hip likes to try to pop out of its socket. I feel like I have to like hula hoop dance to get it back in. It's weird. And yes, it hurts. But yeah, I would do some like back stretches and yeah, if you're drawing like at a computer all day like I am, this is why I have like the posture check and everything, because I need to check my own posture and sometimes I forget. But I do, I actually make it a habit of when I'm at a desk to get up like every half hour, even if it's literally just to get up and stretch. Like just stretch my back out and everything. Bye, Talthar, thanks for stopping by. Oh, you're right, he did swap accounts. Your secret identity is out. Actually, I do wish Twitch had like a way to have like multiple profiles for at least for Streamlabs. Because Wong and I sometimes use some of the same what are they called? Computers to stream. So we're having to constantly switch between the two. And I set up what is that called? A two-factor authentication the other day too. So now we have to deal with that on both of ours. Actually, Wong was like, why did you wait so long? Because I'm a lazy ass. I've also been letting my password manager pick out my passwords lately. Oh my god, I can't remember a single one of them. They're not even words anymore. And more hands. Did you know most people have 2 hands? Although if you asked young me, they had 1. I didn't want to draw the other one. I don't know if guys you saw today, both on on some of my social media and then in the Discord, I posted like a there's been a thing going around where people are sharing their improvement. Like, this is what I used to draw with, and this is what I draw now. So I shared one. Yeah, and the hands. Have fun, Ronafe. The hands, there's only 1 hand showing. That's how I used to always draw. He's not wearing gloves in this version. Oops. Kana, why are you staring at me? I'ma pet you. I'ma pet you! Yes, I pasture the cats every time they come past. No, I will not stop. Oh, so I don't know if you guys know there's a new phishing scam going around or whatever. I got hit with it today. I had somebody message me on Discord, and they're like, "Oh no, your Steam account is hacked," and they showed me a screenshot. And I'm like, "That's not even my ID." But I did do research just to make sure. I didn't log in or anything, but I was like, I'm gonna go Google and I'm gonna check my Steam account and everything. And I made sure to block them. The thing that's actually pissing me off the most is how many scam jobs, job listings I keep finding. God damn it. Every time a job gets back to me now, I'm like, is this real? I hate that I feel that way, but that's how it's become. Honestly, why would you target people who are looking for a job? We have no money. I mean, if they want to do the job for me, that's fine. Make the money for me. I'm okay with that. Man. Earlier today, Wong was talking about a new Gundam being released in GBO, And it's like the Sailor Moon Gundam, and I was like, what is it, part of Moon Moon? And then it turned out it was indeed part of Moon Moon. It's like, oh, why are they bringing that back? Oh, that sucks. Yeah, I've gotten like calls and stuff a lot, which is dumb because I'm on a do not call list, but I think because my phone is technically under my mother's name because it's on her plan, even though like it's my phone. Yeah, she pays my cell phone bill. That's like one of the few bills I don't pay myself. I can't afford to. But yeah, and then of course I've gotten like, you know, oh, your PayPal's been hacked or your PayPal's been blocked. I get a lot of the debt collectors though, and I'm like, I mean, I have some debt, but yeah, you guys, I'm not bad enough to need debt collectors calling me. I make all my payments on time, somehow. I always feel like I'm gonna miss them, but I don't, so. I can pretend to be a debt collector for you, RTD. Give me $50 and your debt is cleared. For deforestation. Yeah, I could never do that. Yes, take people's money I could, but pretend to be a debt collector, no. Take people's money wrongly I could not do. Take people's money legitly? Yeah, sure. I also had a couple people message me, like add me on Discord, and then they're like, let's talk about your sex life. And I'm like, let's not, and let me block you. I messed up. I should probably make them sitting on something too, but I hadn't decided that far. I really like it when I get those bank scams though, and they're not even for a bank I have an account at. I have had my identity stolen before. That was not fun. They drained all $200 out of my checking account. I never have a lot of money in there, but obviously it's been worse lately without having a job, so. There was one day I had like $3 in my checking account. And I'm like, try not to panic. Don't let the impending doom settle in. Actually, I think I made this arm too thick. Unlike Kurogane, Fai is a lot more like stickish. He don't know how to meat on him. He has not Arby's. Kurogane has Arby's. He has the meat. I have no idea. Collarbones. Okay. Cool. I'll try to get those sent out tomorrow then. I really am hoping to have more time to actually finish up some of the other bookmarks. Oh, I usually send them all at the same time, but if you want me to send yours early, RTD, I can. I haven't sent out, well, I'll say, the only thing that quote-unquote, yeah, sure, I'll do that. I can set them up to go tomorrow, too. Yeah, I honestly was hoping to have more of volume 14 done by now. But I ended up with commissions and I need the money, so I can't say no. And no, I'm not complaining. I mean, I'd definitely like to have all the pages and everything done before October. Would be nice not to have to stress during Ink October, which I plan on doing this year, but I don't know, we'll see. I haven't thought about theme yet either. I definitely won't be able to stream it all. It's my first weekend of October. First week of October, I'll probably be kind of MIA. My goal is to get this part all inked, which I'm almost done with, so I will probably hop off in a few minutes once I get this done, but I want to actually get it done first. And I'll go help Wong going through my art books, because I probably own more than he does. I like art books. A couple of them I actually have signed, too. Yeah, I was going through some of the stuff we had that I was cataloging, and I was like, why do I have this? And then I was like, oh, it's signed. Flash lines! There it is. That was like a weird delay on there. That's an eraser. Okay. So I'm doing two different variations. So if you can't tell, one of them they're gonna have clothes on, and the other one they'll be shirtless like this. So I will worry about the other variation later. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and call it here. I'm gonna find someone to raid though. So stay with me. I'm gonna find someone to raid. Let's find someone to raid. Raid. Let's see who is on. Thank you for coming out and watching. I'm gonna try to keep up these what do you call it? Yeah. my art streams as long as I can, even when I'm busy. So I'll do my best. I do my best. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Uh, oh, here we go. This one looks good. Okay. She's cute. The Japanese lessons haven't actually been announced, but it looks like it's going to be September 4th. I'll post a thing about it when it's time. So I'll be posting it on here. Okay, we're going to go read this artist. I found an artist, VTuber. She got cute arts. All right, here we go. Reading. Whoa!